Hello. Oh, geez. Hello, hello, hello. I had a little bubble in my throat. Happy Juneteenth. Are you guys working? Are you taking off? I'm so happy that this is a national holiday. It's about time. So, hi, Miss Sherry. How are you? Today, I wanted to talk about the two parts that we have of ourselves. One is, well, not one. One side of us is the divine masculine, and the other side of us is the divine feminine. And we have both aspects within ourselves. And so the divine feminine is all about receptivity and intuition and being. And it is ruled by the moon. And it is, I'm like looking at this thing on my lip. And it hurts because, oh my God, I don't even know why I'm sharing this, but like, you know, those like, dental floss. So I have the dental floss that's like the little plastic thing that you put in your, and then on the other side, there's like a little hook. So I was like flossing my teeth, which I don't do regularly, but I was flossing my teeth last night and that little hook thing like cut my lip. So I feel like it's like a paper cut on my lip, and it hurts when I smile. So anyway, I digress. So the divine feminine is all about receptivity and intuition and being. It's ruled by the moon. The seasons are fall and winter. It is all about going within. Okay. And then we're all like the deeply magical stuff and mystical stuff happens. And then we have our divine masculine. Okay. And that is all about action and growth and courage. Okay. And strength. And it is ruled by the sun. And it is aligned with spring and summer. And so if you feel into those seasons, you could vibe out, okay, yeah, the sun is masculine. It is about like, you know, everything's blooming and everything's growing. And then it's in the summer, everybody's active and wants to go out and do things, versus fall and winter is more receptive and inward, right? So it's inward versus outward, right? So as women, we have been conditioned by our society to constantly be in that divine masculine, to go, to you know, create, to go, to keep going, to give, to people please, to do all the things, right? And then we get burnt out, like literally, like if you think about sun energy, we get burnt out, okay, and exhausted. And so it is so important for us, not even just women, but just in general, humans, to be aware of when we need to be active and in our divine and divine masculine, and when it's time to relax and be and receive. And as women, and I think as humans, again, it is really hard for us to receive. Like, we are great at giving, but receiving is a whole nother ball game, because it brings up latent worthiness issues. Like, am I worthy of receiving? Lisa, oh my God, can you DM me? Because you've been on my mind for the past week. And I spoke to Dasi, and I want to talk with you about something. So I'm so glad you popped on. So just DM me, because I might forget, and I have to go to the supermarket after this. So hi, Aurora. So many people are popping on today. Okay, so I'm talking about the divine feminine, the divine masculine. And so, you know, when we, as humans, it's really hard for us to receive, which is the divine feminine, because as I said, it brings up dormant or latent or subconscious unworthiness. Like if somebody is giving you something, right, that it's like, it's really hard. And so that feminine part of us, when it is out of whack, right? Or if we're leaning too much into that divine masculine, people pleasing comes up, neediness comes up, and a lot of codependent behaviors pop up. Okay. And so we have to learn how to balance the divine feminine with the divine masculine. And so when we're talking divine feminine, it is about being. Okay. And trust me, I get it. It's hard. All right. But it is so very necessary for our healing, for our nervous system. Like, we can't possibly keep going all of the time. We're going to be like the Energizer Bunny, but then we run out of battery. And so the heroine's journey is all about learning how to go, what I like to call, into the cave, all right? And diving deep. Because when we're going when we're going through something big and huge, it is so important for us to go within our cave and tend to ourselves and set up some firm boundaries, say no, and just allow ourselves to be in there and heal. And sometimes you just need to kind of be in like you're just done. Like this past week, ton of stuff going on in my house. And so yesterday was Father's Day, and we just we went to a market, and then we came home and we all just hung out and relaxed in our pajamas and ate meatballs. Like, that could also be your cave, but it was a definite be divine feminine day. So it is so important for us as humans, not only as women, but as humans, to lean into that so that we have time to heal and regenerate. So, this is really cool. I've got some good stuff for you guys today. I always have my notes, right? And so within the divine feminine, there are 4 different archetypes, okay? And they're all related to our menstrual cycle and our moon cycle. So it's super cool. So the first archetype is the maiden, okay? And she's about the waxing moon and also the follicular phase, okay? This is the week after your period when you have the most energy, and it's related to spring as the season. So she's young, she's youthful, she's full of optimism and energy and carefree. She's like your teenage self in a lot of ways, right? And she embodies independence and strength and confidence. And out of all of these archetypes, she is the most masculine out of the feminine archetypes, okay? And so when you're a week after your period, or for those of us that are in perimenopause and you might not be getting your periods as weekly, or if you're in menopause and you don't get them, you follow the phases of the moon, okay? So this would be the waxing moon for when it is. Shoot, I always get confused. Does anybody know what the difference is between the waxing and the waning? Because it's one of those things that get flipped in my head, and I always think waxing is, I don't know. I could get back to you. I'm trying to. Waxing is when it's the last quarter moon, before, when it's almost full, when it's 3/4 full, I believe. I don't know. Somebody watching, get back to me and let me know. Or I could look it up and get back to you, but I might forget. Okay, so during this phase, after your period, the week after your period, right? Be assertive, make plans, be social, and it's a time for growth, all right? Then we have the mother as the next archetype. This is the full moon. This is ovulation phase, and it is summer. Okay, and so she embodies creativity. She's nurturing of herself. She's nurturing for others. It's about learning how to nurture and not control. And nurturing comes in the form of everything, whether it's plants or animals or children or creative endeavors or ourselves. Okay, this is the mother and this is summer. Okay, so you want to make time for yourself. You want to be in nature. You want to explore your creativity because mother is variation. And so that is the mother. The third one, which again, I know there are a lot of us in here, is, and this one's really kind of cool, it's the wild woman, all right? And this is the waning stage. Okay, so waxing is the first quarter, and waning is the last quarter before the new moon, where it's totally dark, okay? So the waning is, it's the waning moon, and it's also the luteal phase, which is also the premenstrual, so like the week before your cycle, okay? And it's autumn and fall is the season. And so this is called the wild woman, also known as the medicine woman, also known as the witch. Just totally why I love it, right? And so this archetype asks us to feel our pain, okay? And address the root of where it comes from, okay? Which is below the surface, which is all what I talk about, turning your wounds into wisdom. Because there's only one way through, right? And the only way to heal is to go through it so that we could gather the wisdom from the wound, right? And so the wild woman asks us to stand still, to reflect, to accept, and to alchemize our experiences, turning those wounds into wisdom. And understanding and cultivating and learning what the lessons are so that you could continue to grow and move forward. Okay, so this is feeling all your feelings, doing the deep work, exploring your shadow sides, which are like those parts of you that you're just kind of like, oh, like not so crazy about those. Spending time alone and reflecting, creating a sacred space in your home, and setting boundaries for yourself so that you can have more time to unplug and create more stillness in your life. It's also the time of life where you are really in that acceptance mode and forgiveness, like accepting of yourself, forgiving others, and also learning how to nourish your body, right? So that you could go the long haul in life. And then the fourth and last archetype is the wise woman, which is the new moon, which is when you don't see the moon, and your actual menstrual phase, okay? And that is winter. It is the darkness. It is also known as the crone, okay? And the wise woman represents the loss of fertility, so it's when you're in menopause. It represents a loss of fertility, external beauty, activity, and youth, okay? Which are the things that the patriarchy value, right? So this wise woman, it's all about slowing down physically and mentally, becoming more introspective, more sensitive, that our energy is low, and so there's more need for rest, and so that we can renew our energies. And the wise woman is so deeply connected to the divine or the universe, and she offers us intuition and wisdom that will guide us into the next phases and chapters of our life, okay? And so it's really all about resting, learning how to embrace your cycle and harnessing its power. And so because, you know, our menstrual cycle is really powerful, it's a good time to set new intentions, to meditate, to journal, working on strengthening your intuition, and letting go and practicing self-love. So, and it's also about sharing your wisdom with others. Because once you've gone through those wounds, then you could share your wisdom. And so it's a great little, like, this might be one that you might want to save, because again, if you're still getting your period, like, watch where you are, and like, you know, when I say watch, like, feel into that energy of where you are, and like how I know I'm exhausted when I get my period, but then after it's done, then I get like this creative active surges, and then I'm like on a roll and I'm on fire and I'm like, woo, you know. And so it's really kind of neat that if you are able to sync up your life with your cycle, your moon cycle, and your energy, it's a game changer. So that is what I have for you all today. I would love to hear from you. Where are you? Are you maiden? Are you, I think I might be, I don't know where I am. Like I said, if you don't get your period anymore, if you want to attune to like when the full moon is, you could actually, like there's all these things online, and there's a book that's called Do Less, and it's all about syncing our cycles or the moons up to our productivity. So that is all, my friends. I am now off to the supermarket. I will be in my divine masculine before I go to an acupuncture appointment, and then I could just rest and be in my divine feminine. So if you guys have this day off, enjoy it. And I will see you in the group, and I will see you next week too. Mwah. Bye.